Welcome back. Now, former Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council spokesperson Kenneth Okonkwo has ended his political association with the party and its 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Gregory Obi. Right, Mr. Okonkwo, who joined the Labour Party on August 24th, 2022, after he resigned from the All Progressives Congress due to its Muslim ticket, cited disappointment with the party's internal crisis and Obi's failure to address them as reason for his departure. In a statement shared on X, formerly Twitter, Okonkwo expressed frustration with Obi's leadership, criticizing his lack of proactive effort to address party issues. He also highlighted that a presidential candidate should actively fight for their position and lead decisively. In reaction to this, we have Obiora, who happens to be the spokesperson for the Labour Party, making a statement saying that Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo is actually seeking for attention, which the party will not even want to create him or give him that opportunity. He went for that to also note that they have so many moles in the party who he's expecting to leave the party, cross-carpeting. That's what political elites in Nigeria actually have been doing all this while. And we have with us in the studio Prince Francis Chilaka and also Mr. Akinu Fatanke to help x-ray this topic. And before, we come back to the screen, Mr. or Prince Francis, you were asking a question earlier. He said, why should we, talk or look into this direction? Listening to what Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo said, he said that Obi did not grab the power, just like some people say, grab it, take it, and run with it. And do you think that that actually should be the reason for people to, lose interest in some people and their own principle and way of life?
Mr. Peter Obi is a different breed of Nigerian. He's a completely different type of person when it comes to politics in this country. And we've seen that. He doesn't believe in what a lot of people believe in. He believes that this country will be great. He believes in good governance. He believes in accountability. He believes in transparency. And he believes in inclusiveness.
But there is also...
What they want, please, what Kenneth Okonkwo is asking is, he should begin to talk like a typical Nigerian politician. Bamboozle his way, take over the party structure. Who does that?
Okay.
A man with impeccable character and track record will not bring himself to the level of Okonkwo. But you see, are we not asking ourselves questions? Why is it that it started with Dana Buala, who was also a spokesperson for Atiku? Right. Now it's gone to, what is their political relevance? These two men, what is their political relevance? How many people, how many votes, or how many people can Okonkwo get to vote for a candidate?
Well, you know what they say in politics? It's a numbers game.
Yeah. I ask the same question.
If it's a numbers game, and we're seeing those that were in the opposition moving to the party in power,
it's about greed.
It's about greed.
It's about themselves. It's what they want. They are broke. Daniel, so they're going to a party where there is money. Let us say it as it is.
Is that the same? Sorry. Do you have that impression too when you talk about pious iron moving to the APC? Does that also spell greed?
These are people who have left politics. They are broke. Unfortunately, we keep saying that the political parties do not have ideology. A lot of individuals who call themselves politicians in Nigeria don't have ideology, they have no vision, they have no mission statement. It's where Bele face. That is what they do.
Right. Now, interestingly, a lot of persons might not want to agree with you on this because it is naturally said that if you're a politician, you must have a party, which of course is the vehicle to move you to where you are aiming for, which is the position you're vying for. Don't you think that Kenneth Okonkwo calling the person of Peter Obi as not talking to the situation that is going on internally with the party is a right reason why he can leave the party? Knowing for a fact that Peter Obi also, let's put it in the political statement now, is more like a political head of the party, being the presidential candidate.
When the likes of Arabambi and Apapa were all over the place trying to destroy the character of Peter Obi. What did Kenneth Okonkwo do? Let's start from there. What did he do? What role did he play?
Let's get Mr.
Akin
Akin into the conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you.
go ahead.
Public conversation needs to be put in perspective. I ask, today, Kenneth Okonkwo is now a bad guy because he wants to leave the party. Donyo Kube must be a bad guy because he decided to leave a party. Have we really explored some of the things that is making them want to leave the party?
In the words of Kenneth Okonkwo, he said something that the presidential candidate must be willing to be in the forefront of all the endeavors, not leaving it for the followers to be the champion. And he actually pointed out that after the 2023 general election, he expected Peter Obi to fight and stood his ground in as regards the presidential ticket and also the outcome of the election after INEC did not transfer the vote electronically the way it should be. But he didn't do that. So he actually said that those were the things he saw to be the reason he's given up all his confidence that he had in Peter.
Let's even take it from what you have said. What is wrong with that? One. Secondly, Peter Obi came out and told the world that his mandate is not for Labour Party to unite. His mandate is to resolve.
Make Nigeria better.
I will not do that as a leader. Leadership, you get your limbs burnt, but you will not leave your house to burn. Now look at Arabambi that my dear brother has said, and the other person. When things were going right and wrong, I say the truth here. Mr. Peter Obi was nowhere to be found. Okay, it's ideology. Then that means you are not really prepared to want to be a politician because politicians get their hands dirty, not too negative. Now, if Mr. Peter Obi has moved from a particular party to another party and all that, and then there is no much huge and cry, I like to put things in some relative balance. But if Francis is also saying, and he has a good point here, you see, when everything, you just want to get a bit of a relevance, and then things are not moving on for you, all politicians do that.
Okay. But he just made mention
with the exception of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I dare say.
Okay.
So I think rather than begin to throw mudslings,
now let's put a few things in perspective.
Look at situations. What is this guy saying? Like we said, what are the youth saying?
Let's put a few things in perspective.
So let's put it in perspective so that we are balanced in the way we are looking.
Let's look at the person, the words of Kenneth Okonkwo. Some might say he's of no importance, but a spokesperson of an individual is supposed to be speaking the person's mind. So if he spoke the mind of His Excellency Peter Obi during the campaign, then what went wrong? Is it that Peter Obi doesn't have the willpower to put together, to hold the party together? Well, in comparison, I don't want to draw that comparison at this moment, but let's look at the words here. He says, the words of Kenneth Okonkwo. No, before we come to, oh yes, those are the words of Kenneth Okonkwo. Well, I'm just going to take a few things from that. He says, I'm committed irreversibly to a great Nigeria built on equity, justice, and fairness, where every citizen will be free and able to aspire to any position or level in life without regard to primordial sentiments built around ethnicity. And then he goes on. He says, it's obvious that the APC and PDP are presently, well, anyway, there's a part I'm driving at. He says, after the 2023 general elections, Nigerians, including me, had high hopes for the Labour Party. I believed that Peter Obi will seize the momentum and build a solid party of integrity that will have the solid base that we need to overthrow these kakistocrats and kleptocrats. He went on to say, however, I continued in his defense, believing he will still privately bring the needed solution to Labour Party problems, but to no avail. Well, Peter Obi has responded to that tweet and, of course, the backlash that came from Nigerians. Let's put up Peter Obi's response now. In a tweet as well, he said, I read my brother Kenneth Okonkwo's open letter in which he expressed differing views with me on the skirmishes in our party. And today, I saw various responses to the letter. All right, can we scroll up? Well, he did say that, in fact, to me personally, I don't want to work with anyone that agrees with me, and then he says, I want to therefore categorically and emphatically declare that Barrister Okonkwo remains my beloved brother and a trusted ally. I sternly caution against referring to him as a mole or making any negative remarks. Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo has stood by me through thick and thin. Now, his ending part of that tweet talked about being civil, asking that everyone should be civil.
Yeah.
This is the person of Peter Obi, or the person what he puts out. Is this kind of politician what Nigeria needs at this time? Are we looking for a prim and proper politician, or a politician that is dogged?
It's not about being dogged. We need to come to the realization that it is time for us.
Or does this spell weakness?
It doesn't speak weakness. We can't keep doing the same thing, same way, and expecting a different result.
But he sounds to be the only one who is actually conservative in this case.
We have
to put in that.
No, we have had politicians who say, snatch and run. How long will we continue with that kind of lifestyle?
Well, we have
a lifestyle that is not helping us. A lifestyle that has thrown us into where we are today.
So you have the opinion, Prince Francis, that it's high time we actually make it this way. Two parties, the radicals and the conservative. And then we have the people who have actually been snatching now all this while. So you think it's high time we look at those who are kind of conserved to say, no, let's do this the way it should.
Why is everybody asking the Nigerian youths not to go and protest? Are we not thinking? Why is everybody, all of a sudden, imams, pastors, traditional rulers,
in your opinion, why?
Everybody's asking.
In your opinion, why?
Because Nigerians suddenly are tired of snatch it and run. Because they know that when the youth snatch, they not just run, they destroy. There's a tsunami that comes with youth snatching. And then everybody's begging them, please, don't snatch. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Let me quickly
I'm coming.
Okay.
But you see, deep down inside the political class, they believe they're just saying the things that would assuage the nerves of the youths.
Okay.
For me, the response of Peter Obi is top-notch. It shows class, it shows integrity, it shows
Talking
maturity.
about that response, some have said that he's, when Donyo Kukwe left the party, he didn't say anything. When Balami Isaac left the party, he didn't say anything. Why is he speaking now that a fellow Igbo man has left the party?
No. Before he responds, I need to say this.
Okay.
The problem we have in this country is ethnicity.
Well,
we need to break that jinx. We need to stop looking at everything from a tribal.
Well, these are.
I understand.
Responses from Nigerians.
If you look at when Donyo Kukwe left, go and read his letter. Go and read it. There was no need for anybody to make any comment. So I don't understand why everything. I've been watching a lot of videos on social media. People say it is our own. We need to change that mentality. If something is not working, if your son is doing something wrong, you don't protect your son because he's your son.
It's quite interesting that you just made mention of this part of the conversation. And then one would want to say, isn't the Labour Party a party that Peter Obi rode on and got this level of recognition nationwide? And the internal crisis that is happening in the party why is the person of Peter Obi not particularly talking to it? Mr. Aki, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think that if a Peter Obi comes open to Nigerians and, of course, maybe call a press conference internally as well, does the needful, none of this might be happening? Do you share that opinion as well?
David Moses, Fina. I haven't seen that before, but I read it. And joy swept through me. That is the Peter Obi I knew. That is the gentleman that I know. Is he from there now going to now lose the next election? Let him lose the election, but he has a legacy. That statement is a statement
I'm sorry to interrupt
of a gentleman. No, it's a statement of a gentleman that has been properly made,
we saw the
and is going to continue to be the yardstick of how politics should be played in Nigeria.
Nigerians have complained about the gentlemanly approach of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan when he won the elections. Nigerians have blamed him for allowing the APC come on so easily.
Some Nigerians.
Few Nigerians.
Okay, so
excluding both of us.
Let me ask you a question.
Some Nigerians.
Now, even some of the Nigerians
here. Allow me, please.
That are doing this. How will you place Jonathan amongst other leaders today?
Well, we don't know about placements, but we know that he's still hobnobbing.
He's respected.
He's still hobnobbing.
He's one of the respected presidents of this country.
Both in and out.
He is one
with the APC.
He has a lot of respect. We have a lot of respect.
It does not matter. APC.
Is it respect that Nigerians need from political office holders right now?
Or what?
Or a
savior?
A savior.
What savior?
Where are you going to get a savior? Well,
Want to save
I'm not sure you can get a savior anywhere.
So, Mr. Akin, if
we
are
our saviors.
Now, what is saying now?
How can we be our saviors when we are being asked not to even,
I started my analysis. I told you that what I felt Peter Obi should have done within.
I was going to ask you a question about.
But you have not allowed me to land.
Okay, go ahead, please.
The deodorant of his statement is going to go a long way. He's spoken to us, spoken to our past, and speaking to our future. You don't.
So in other words, now we have to look away from political parties and structures. Is it time for us now to start looking at individuals and their credibility in representing Nigerian interests?
Well, he has not said that.
If that actually should be the reason, then why are we not having people talking about party and structures and not talking about individuals and their credibility?
I'm not really interested in my closing words here, but Peter Obi has spoken as a man of character and a man of courage with those statements he made. It's made it for you, it's made it for me, it's made it for the youth.
So in other words, we're standing on personal and
we are standing on morality. We are standing on ethics.
Not political parties and their structures.
Nobody has said that. I'm not saying you should not. So that's where I started from.
So what do you stand now?
Somebody went out of the party. He says he remains my brother. No tribes and tongue may differ. In brotherhood we should stand. That man has made a statement.
Amazing. You took that one. That was an amazing reference, I must say.
Yeah.
Quite an amazing one. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand, and that's in the
national anthem.
The national anthem.
It should be in our ethos.
It should be. It should be. But now let's look at let's look at in building the party.
Right.
A lot of people expected that when the Labour Party started having crisis, Peter Obi being the leader of the party, saying that he contested under the platform of the Labour Party, would have done a whole lot more to unite the party. Part of the things the barrister Kenneth Okonkwo stated there, that he did not step forward, take the bull by the horn, to hold the party together. How do you react, seeing that he's still associating with the party, and then he called for a national confab? His words were not adhered to, but he's still there.
Okay, well, he's still there today. I don't know where it's going to be tomorrow. In any case, I made the point clear. I said, if I were in Peter Obi's shoes, I would have acted differently.
What would you have done?
I will do everything to call everybody together myself. That is political machinery. Awolowo did it, Zig did it.
Great leaders you've mentioned. Great
Yes,
leaders.
yes.
So him not doing it, what does that speak to character?
He not doing it. Again, I am not going to overly cavil him, because all the other political party, big wigs that you have, they are not saviors, they are not. But I think he has learned a lesson. The end of a man justifies. This statement, again, I take this statement beyond Labour Party. This statement that Peter Obi has made gladdens my heart. Gladdens the heart of people who can, I'm sorry if I'm using negative words here, people who really can think deep. That is how politics should be paid. So we come back and we begin to really rebuild. But that statement, in my opinion, is a clincher. And in 2024, that statement should be put on marble for everybody to see. It's going to be remembered for it.
Let's get your thoughts.
Everybody is throwing swipe on Peter Obi and all of that. But look at PDP with their crisis. What has Atiku done? He's also a presidential candidate.
That has affected the party. A lot of people have defected.
No. We see what Wike is doing. Wike is neither in PDP nor APC, and is rather holding PDP to ransom. Why is it that, Atiku has not been able to grab the party the way they want? Why? Why do we expect that Peter Obi...
If Wike could borrow from these words, I'm serious about this. This is Nigeria. If Wike could borrow from these words, we won't have the kind of crisis we are having in Rivers State. I rest my case.
So why is everybody... one thing I don't understand is the fact that once it is Peter Obi, everybody is shaking, including the government.
He seems to be a force. He seems to be a force.
Then if he's a force, he's showing us a new type of force.
A new vista.
He's showing us that things can be done oddly.
How long do you think it will take for things for his style to be imbibed in political
so honestly
space
speaking, we're
Nigeria?
getting there. We need to start to look at people, not parties. For me, we need to start to look at people who have class integrity.
Yeah, that speaks to electoral reforms.
We need to urgently do that.
Bring us back again to
If we do not do that, please remove that. We don't have a constitution. That document should be shredded.
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be shredded anytime soon.
Because the reason why nobody is talking, the reason why nobody is talking about, especially the political class, is that they're beneficiaries. I've looked at it. Check everybody that was elected under Labour Party. They also collected cars.
Of course.
They also collecting largesse from their office.
All right.
How many of them have rejected it?
Unfortunately, we're out of time. Absolutely out of time. If you have parting shots, we could have them in 30 seconds.
Nigeria of our dreams is possible, shorn of parties, shorn of ethnic, shorn of religion. We must stand on the truth. Abraham Lincoln lost many elections, but his name is still written in gold up to tomorrow.
All right,
Think
then.
about that.
All right, then. Prince, please.
For me, it's simple. I'm appealing to our so-called leaders. If we still have leaders, if we still have elders in this land, let them not be elders that speak only when they get some form of patronage from government. Let them be elders that speak before things get bad.
All right. Well, big thank you to you gentlemen for coming and staying with us on the program. We've been speaking with Mr. Akin Fatunke, who is a communication consultant and also an economist here in the capacity of public affairs analyst. We've also had Prince Francis Chilaka, a public affairs analyst, with us on the program. Thank you once again, gentlemen. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll be delving into other aspects of the show. Stay with us.